First up this morning, a really budding career choice. Class is in session now at the Minneapolis School of Flower Design. And if you're looking to spark your creativity or branch out into the new field, the experts there can help you out. Here to tell us more is the school's Michael Gaffney. Michael, welcome to the show.
Hi,
Great
good morning.
to have you here.
Thank you.
It's always lovely having flower design on here. It's not only beautiful, but it smells so good in here.
Right.
Tell us about the school. What is the Minneapolis School of Flower Design?
Well, we have schools in New York, Chicago, Milwaukee, and now Minneapolis.
Are they all called Minneapolis School of Flower Design?
No, New York School of Flower Design,
Okay.
Chicago School of Flower Design, and Milwaukee. We started here about 3 years ago, and basically we train students in the art of flower design.
Okay.
Whether they wanted to for their home, where they're entertaining, or most of my students want to go into the industry. It's a billion-dollar industry with lots of opportunity. And we have very effective ways of teaching them to produce work just like this.
Well, what is flower design? I mean, you know, pardon my, not being brushed up on it, but how do you teach flower design?
People think it's about being creative. They think I'm this creative genius who wakes up every morning and produces this great art. Not so much. That's the big myth.
Yeah, see, I would think it would, it'd be something you, like you said, you dream up and like, oh,
No. That's 10% of my job. In fact, our students work on a lot of projects. We did the bridal show last weekend. We did a movie in New York a month ago. And basically they were able to pull it off because we teach it like an architect would teach it. It's construction, and there's certain looks in the industry right now, like fashion, and we teach them how to produce those looks, which again is on the table here. These are definite, very commercial looks right now. And it's 10% creativity, 90% secrets, tips, and the principles of design.
Do you divulge a lot of your secrets at the school?
I tell it all.
Do you really?
Yep, they get it all.
Are there different branches people can get into if they wanted to get into just doing weddings or funerals or something like that? If they want to get into movie set design, do you have those opportunities as well?
Right, we talk about that. It's a billion-dollar industry. You can do your neighbor's wedding. You know, if you want to just ease into it, you can work editorial work for magazines. Every time you see a book or Architectural Digest, there's flowers and all those things.
Absolutely.
I do a lot of work like that. There's the corner grocery stores up to big event design companies that you can work for. There's great design companies in Minneapolis
it seems
that
like
a lot of our students get to work with.
Yeah, a lot of hands-on. That's what I was going to say. You mentioned you just did a movie. You did the bridal show. That's hands-on experience you don't get in a lot of other fields.
Right. It's just a very effective course into getting people to produce great art. I mean, a lot of my students come in and the first day are like, well, I wonder if I'll ever make anything really gorgeous, and they leave the first day thinking, I can't believe I made that. Yeah. Because it's really almost as much a science as it is an art form, I think.
We were talking in the pre-production meeting here about, it's tough economic times right now, and say you've been in a career for 15, 20 years, you're in the cubicle and you're tired of it, and maybe you get let go. What a great time to do something maybe you've always wanted to do but didn't know how to get into doing it.
A lot of our students are those cubicle people who were let go, and now they're thinking, well, I never liked my job anyway. Now it's a good time. And in a recession, people are buying flowers. They say buying flowers and chocolates, and more people get married in recessions.
Absolutely.
And then they do out of them. So actually, that's what's keeping them very busy. Yeah, the flower business is doing fine.
Is the career, is it difficult in comparison to how rewarding it is, or is it just a lot more fun? It seemed like it would be a lot of fun and not real stressful. Am I wrong?
No, there's stress.
Is there?
Those wedding
deadlines?
Everything's got to be perfect, right? And we talk about that in class. It has to do with where you get your flowers from, how you prepare them, how you present them. So, we're there to help the students. Once they graduate, they can use our space to design, and we'll help them do the buying, do the marketing, really immerse them in the industry and be there for them, so they're not so stressed out.
Right. The more we're talking here, the more I'm starting to realize there's actually a science to this, because you're dealing with living creatures and preserving.
Right, it's a perishable product.
Yes.
And I've often said, like a lot of artists, they're painters and they have all their canvases stacked up. All my art disappears in about 2 weeks. Yeah, and I kind of like that.
The clock's ticking. Yeah.
Right, it's a perishable art form. It forces you to always be recreating new pieces, and my art is always sold. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've always got a client ready to buy it, sell it. I make money. They enjoy it. So it's a great field. I was on my way to Wall Street 20 years ago. I had a job in a commodities company.
So you're one of those people
Wall Street, right? And I stopped in a flower shop thinking, I'll drive a truck for an extra $500 before I go back to Big Apple. That's how this started. And then someone said, this is called focal point. Put that flower there. And I went, wow, that's interesting. And I wound up not going back to New York. So lucky I didn't, or I'd be out of a job too.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, very beautiful and a great career. I asked you about the wicker ball here because I just assumed that there's a big store that makes those, but you'll teach everything from what to put the flowers in.
Sure, I can show you how to make one of those. Yeah, you could buy those, or you could take grapevine right out of your backyard. I know grapevine grows in Minnesota. You could make one of those.
Absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. I know you're going to be part of the show now because you are sponsoring Floral Design, so people will be able to see what's going on, and it's a great time maybe to switch careers. And
we've got classes started this week, so call us. We've got room in class, and you'll love it.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in. Great to meet you. Very interesting. The Minneapolis School of Flower Design is located on 13th Avenue in Minneapolis. For more information, call 877-32-BLOOM or visit MinneapolisFlowerDesign.com.